Delete it now or I'll make sure you never work in this city again. Maya's finger hovered over her phone screen, the accidental photo still glowing in the sent messages. She'd meant to send Leo's medical chart to Dr. Morrison. Instead, at 2:47 a.m., exhausted and grief-stricken, after her daughter's death anniversary, she'd sent her grief-blurred, selfie, mascara-stained face tank top raw and broken to the wrong number, a number that belonged to the most dangerous man in the city. The text back came 13 seconds later. "Who is this?" "Then never mind, I know exactly who you are." That was 18 hours ago. Now Damian Costa stood in her hospital janitor's closet, and everything she thought she knew about her life was about to detonate. Before we continue, hit subscribe and stay until the very end. Drop a comment with your city so I can see how far this story travels. Now let's begin. 18 hours earlier, Maya had been holding Emma's photo when her phone died. She'd been sitting in the hospital chapel, the same chapel where she'd prayed uselessly for 2 years while leukemia devoured her daughter. The same chapel where she'd stopped believing in God's mercy or second chances. Her phone buzzed back to life. 37 unread messages, all from the hospital administration, all with the same subject: final warning, performance review. Maya deleted them without reading. She had bigger problems than keeping her janitor job, like the eviction notice, like the $47 in her bank account, like the fact that today marked 2 years since Emma's last breath. She'd taken the selfie in the chapel bathroom. Not sexy, not intentional, just broken. Mascara streaking, tank top askew, hair a disaster. The kind of photo you take when you need evidence that you're still alive, still breathing, even if you don't want to be. She meant to send it to her sister with the caption, "Still here, barely." Instead, her exhausted brain selected the last number she'd texted, a number Dr. Morrison had given her yesterday for urgent Leo Costa matters. She didn't know who Leo Costa was. Didn't care. Just another rich kid in the pediatric wing. She pressed send before she registered the mistake. "Oh no, 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 no." Maya stared at her phone. The message showed delivered. Read. Then those 3 dots appeared. Someone was typing. "Who is this?" Maya's hands shook as she typed back wrong number. "So sorry, please delete." The dots appeared again. Disappeared. Appeared. "Never mind, I know exactly who you are." Ice flooded Maya's veins. How could they know it was a wrong number? Unless her phone rang. Unknown caller. Maya's thumb hovered over decline. Something made her answer. "Hello, Maya Lawson, pediatric trauma nurse. Fired 3 years ago after your daughter's death. Currently employed as night janitor, St. Catherine's Hospital. Apartment 4B Riverside Complex, eviction pending." The voice was male, cold, precise. Did I miss anything? Maya's apartment. They knew her apartment. Who is this? Someone who just received a very interesting photo from a very interesting woman. I said I'm sorry, it was an accident. I'll delete. Too late. I don't believe in accidents, Ms. Lawson. I believe in opportunities. What? You're going to meet me tonight? Pier 17, midnight. I'm not meeting a stranger at midnight because of a wrong number. Yes, you are, because if you don't, I'll make sure your eviction happens tomorrow instead of next week. I'll make sure every hospital in this state knows you were terminated for negligence. I'll make sure you never work in healthcare again. His voice dropped. Or you can meet me and I'll make your problems disappear. The line went dead. Maya sat frozen in the chapel. This couldn't be happening. This wasn't real. She'd sent one accidental photo to the wrong number, and now her phone buzzed. A text from the same unknown number. A photo, her apartment building, taken from across the street, taken 5 minutes ago. I'm watching Maya, midnight. Don't be late. Maya showed up at Pier 17 at 11:47 p.m. Not because she was early, because terror had driven her from her apartment 13 minutes ahead of schedule. The pier was abandoned, industrial, the kind of place where bodies turned up and police shrugged. Maya's hand clutched the pepper spray she'd bought at the 24-hour pharmacy, $40 she couldn't afford, money she'd need for food next week. You came. Maya spun. A man emerged from the shadows. Tall, expensive suit, dark hair silver at the temples, eyes like a shark's. Cold, calculating, deadly. You're insane, Maya breathed. Blackmailing someone over a wrong number. I'm practical. You have something I need. I don't have anything. You have medical training, pediatric trauma specialty. You have desperation. You have nothing to lose. He stepped closer. And starting tomorrow, you have a new job. I already have a job. Cleaning toilets for minimum wage. That's not a job. That's purgatory. His eyes narrowed. I'm offering you a chance to be what you used to be, to use your skills, to matter again. I don't even know who you are. Damien Costa, and tomorrow you're going to save my son's life. Maya's brain stuttered. Leo Costa, the boy in pediatric, who is being poisoned by someone on the inside, someone with hospital access, someone who's already made 3 attempts. Damien's voice went lethal. Someone I'm going to destroy, but first I need to keep Leo alive. And every nurse I hire ends up bought, threatened, or dead. So you blackmail a janitor. I researched you, Maya Lawson. Your record at County General was flawless. 82 pediatric trauma cases. 81 survived. The one who didn't, he paused, was your daughter. Maya's hand moved before her brain caught up. The slap cracked across Damien's face like a gunshot. Silence. Damien's jaw clenched. His hand came up, slowly touched his reddening cheek. When he spoke, his voice was soft, dangerous. No one has touched me in 15 years. The last person who did lost their hand. Maya's pepper spray was up, aimed at his face. Try it. I've got nothing to lose, remember. They stared at each other. The pier creaked. Water lapped below. Maya's hand shook but held steady. Then Damien smiled. Actually smiled. You'll do perfectly. What? I need someone who won't back down. Someone who will protect Leo even when it's dangerous. Even when it's stupid. He touched his cheek again. Someone with your particular brand of fearless stupidity. I'm not doing this. Yes, you are, because I'll pay you $50,000. Maya's breath stopped. What did? $50,000, catch tomorrow. Guard my son for 1 week, keep him alive. After that, you're free. Eviction paid. Debt cleared. Fresh start. That's, Maya's mind reeled. 50,000. Her eviction was 2,000. Her medical bills were 8,000. The rest, she could actually save. Actually breathe. Why me? You could hire professionals. Professionals can be bought. Damien stepped closer. You can't be bought because you don't care about money. You care about saving children, about second chances, about proving you're not the failure you think you are. You don't know anything about me. I know everything about you. I know you visit Emma's grave every Tuesday. I know you work double shifts so you don't have to go home to an empty apartment. I know you stopped practicing medicine because you couldn't forgive yourself for the one child you couldn't save. His eyes locked on hers. I know you're dying inside. This is your chance to live again. Maya's eyes burned. That's cruel. That's truth. So what's it going to be? Keep cleaning toilets and drowning in grief, or save one more child? Maya said yes, because she was desperate, because $50,000 meant survival, because some self-destructive part of her wanted to prove she could still do this. The next morning, she showed up at St. Catherine's at 6 a.m., not as a janitor, as Leo Costa's private nurse. The boy was 7 years old, dark hair, scared eyes, hooked to monitors that beeped steadily. Hi, Leo. I'm Maya. I'm going to be taking care of you for a while. Leo didn't respond, just stared at her with those huge, terrified eyes. I know you're scared. Hospitals are scary. But I promise I'm going to keep you safe. Okay, still nothing. Maya settled into the chair beside his bed, started reviewing his chart, admitted 2 days ago with stomach pains. Tests showed nothing, but he wasn't getting better, wasn't getting worse, just stuck. Poisoning, Damien had said. Slow, careful, someone who knows what they're doing. Maya checked Leo's IV, checked his medications. Everything looked normal, but normal didn't mean safe. At 8:15 a.m. a doctor arrived, young, professional, confident. I'm Dr. Phillips, here to check on Leo. Maya stood. I'm his private nurse. I'll need to see your credentials. Dr. Phillips blinked. Excuse me? Credentials, ID badge, authorization from Dr. Morrison. I don't need authorization to see a patient in my own. You do now. Maya crossed her arms. Credentials or you leave. Dr. Phillips' expression darkened. I don't know who you think you are. I'm the person standing between you and this child. Credentials. Now, for a second, Maya thought he'd argue. Then he reached for his pocket, pulled out his hospital ID. Maya examined it, looked legitimate. She handed it back. Thank you. What's the purpose of today's visit? Routine examination, blood draw, medication adjustment. Which medications? His pain management. Leo isn't on pain management. Dr. Phillips paused, just a fraction of a second, but Maya caught it. Of course, I meant his vitamin supplements. He's not on vitamin supplements either. Silence. Dr. Phillips' smile never wavered. My apologies, wrong chart. I'll come back later. He left. Maya's heart hammered. She pulled out her phone, texted Damien. Someone just tried to access Leo. Fake doctor. Claimed wrong chart when I questioned him. The reply came in seconds. Stay with Leo. Don't let anyone near him. I'm coming. Damien arrived 12 minutes later with two men in suits. They stationed themselves outside Leo's door. Tell me everything. Maya recounted the interaction. Damien's expression grew darker with each word. You stopped him. I questioned him, that's all. That's enough. Damien looked at Leo, still silent in his bed. This is the fourth attempt this week. They're getting desperate. Who's they? I don't know yet, but I will. He turned to Maya. You're moving into Leo's room, 24/7. No one gets near him without going through you first. I can't stay here 24/7. 50,000 is now 100,000. Maya's breath caught. What? You just proved you were worth it. 100,000. Cash. 1 week. Keep my son alive. Damien's eyes burned into hers. Deal. Maya looked at Leo, the scared little boy, the target, the child who needed someone to stand between him and whatever darkness was hunting him. She thought of Emma, of all the children she'd saved, of the one she'd lost. Deal. The attack came at 2:47 a.m. Maya had been dozing in the chair when the door handle turned. Slowly, carefully. Wrong. Nurses didn't sneak. Didn't move like shadows. Maya was on her feet, pepper spray in hand, when the figure entered. Male. Scrubs. But his hands were wrong. Gloved. Professional. Carrying something Maya couldn't see in the darkness. Stop right there, Maya. The figure froze. Security, pa, Maya called, but her voice didn't carry. The hallway was too quiet, too empty. The figure moved. Maya sprayed. Missed. The man was fast-trained, coming at her with something sharp catching the light a scalpel. Maya grabbed the IV stand, swung it like a bat, connected with his shoulder. He grunted, stumbled. She swung again. Missed. He was recovering, coming at her again. She screamed, "Security, help!" The man hesitated, then ran. Maya chased him to the door, saw Damien's guards finally responding too late, too slow. The attacker vanished into the stairwell. Maya's hands shook as she locked the door. Checked Leo, still sleeping, still safe, still alive because she'd been awake. Damien arrived 6 minutes later, fury radiating off him like heat. Where is he? Gone, stairwell, your guards. My guards are fired. Damien moved to Leo, checked him with hands that trembled slightly. Are you hurt? No, but he had a scalpel. He was going to... I know what he was going to do. Eho. Damien's voice could have cut steel. This ends now. We're moving Leo. We're somewhere safe, private, off-grid. He looked at Maya. You're coming with us. I didn't sign up for the farm. 200,000. Maya's world tilted. What, $200,000? 1 week. You stay with Leo. You keep him alive. After that, you're free. Damien stepped closer. Or you walk away now and I find someone else. But Leo knows you, trusts you, and I trust you. So what's it going to be? Maya looked at Leo, then at Damien, then at her hands still shaking with adrenaline. She thought about Emma, about the empty apartment, about the life she'd stopped living. She thought about second chances. Where are we going? Damien's private facility turned out to be a converted estate 20 minutes outside the city. Maya held Leo's hand in the ambulance while Damien made calls in rapid-fire succession, his voice cold and precise as he dismantled whatever security had failed. I don't care if he's your cousin. He let an armed man pass checkpoint 3. Fire him. Now. Pause. Marcus, I want backgrounds on every staff member at St. Catherine's. Cross-reference with my business rivals. Someone paid for those attacks. Another pause. No, not killed yet. I want them alive. I want answers first. Maya focused on Leo's breathing. Steady, normal. The sedative was wearing off. He'd wake soon. Wake up terrified in a strange place with strangers surrounding him. Hey, Damien said, snapping his phone shut. You're thinking too loud. I'm thinking your son is going to wake up traumatized. Better traumatized than dead. That's a terrible philosophy for parenting. Damien's jaw tightened. I'm keeping him alive. That's the only philosophy that matters right now. And after when he's safe, what then? Then I dismantle whoever did this piece by piece until there's nothing left. Maya looked at him. Really looked. Saw the rage burning behind his eyes. The absolute fury of a father who'd almost lost everything. You're going to grow them. I'm going to make them wish I'd killed them. That's not justice. I don't believe in justice. I believe in consequences. The ambulance stopped. Damien's men opened the doors. The facility looked like a mansion from the outside, but the inside made Maya's breath catch. Full medical wing. ICU-level equipment. Everything Leo could possibly need. How long have you had this? Built it when my wife got sick. Hospital care wasn't enough. I needed control. Damien helped wheel Leo inside. Just join. Control's the only thing that keeps people alive. They settled Leo into a private room. Medical monitors beeped softly. Maya checked his vitals while Damien paced like a caged animal. You should rest, Maya said. I'll rest when Leo's awake. You'll be useless to him if you collapse. I don't collapse. Everyone collapses eventually. Damien stopped pacing, looked at her. You sound like someone who knows. I collapsed when Emma died. Took me 6 months to get out of bed. Another year to function. I'm still not sure I'm actually alive or just going through motions. The honesty surprised her. She didn't talk about Emma, didn't talk about the collapse, didn't admit weakness to anyone, especially not dangerous men who traded in information. But Damien didn't look victorious, didn't look like he was cataloging her weakness for later use. He just looked sad. My wife took 8 months, cancer ate her alive, and I watched. Had all this equipment, all this money, all this power. Couldn't do a damn thing. That's the worst part, the helplessness. Yes. They stood in silence, two broken people bound by grief and desperation watching a child sleep. Then Leo's eyes opened. Dad. Damien was at his side in an instant. I'm here. I'm right here. Leo's eyes found Maya. Confusion. Fear. Who's she? This is Maya. She's a nurse. She's going to help take care of you. Where am I? Somewhere safe. I want to go home. We will, soon. But right now we need to stay here. Leo's face crumpled. I don't like it here. Maya moved closer, kept her voice soft. I know, sweetheart. New places are scary. But your dad's here. I'm here. And we're not going to let anything bad happen to you. Promise? The word hit Maya like a bullet. Emma had asked for promises. Maya had made them, broken every single one. I promise, she heard herself say. Damien's eyes snapped to hers. She saw the question there, the challenge. Could she keep that promise? Did she have any right to make it? Maya held his gaze. I promise, she repeated, louder, firmer. Leo relaxed slightly. Okay. Damien's phone buzzed. He checked it, his expression darkening. Marcus found something. I need to take this. Go. We'll be fine. Damien hesitated, then nodded, left the room. Maya heard his voice through the door, low and lethal. Show me. Leo watched the door close. Is my dad mad at me? What? No. Why would he be mad at you? Because I got sick. Because someone's trying to hurt me. Because I'm causing problems. Maya's heart broke. Leo, listen to me. None of this is your fault. Not one bit. Your dad isn't mad at you. He's scared. And when dads get scared, sometimes they act angry. But underneath, they're just terrified of losing you. How do you know? Because I was a mom once, and I know exactly what your dad is feeling right now. Was Maya's throat closed? My daughter died 2 years ago. Leo's eyes went wide. I'm sorry. Me too, baby. Me too. What was her name? Emma. That's pretty. She was pretty and smart and brave, like you. Leo considered this. Was she sick like me? Yes, very sick. Did she die in a hospital? Yes. Are you scared I'm going to die in a hospital? The question was so direct, so innocent, so devastating that Maya couldn't breathe for a second. I'm scared, she admitted, but I'm not going to let it happen. That's why I'm here. That's why I made you a promise. Do you keep your promises? Maya thought of Emma, of every promise she'd broken, of the failure that haunted her. I'm going to keep this one. The door opened. Damien entered, his face carved from stone. Maya, outside. Now, his tone made her blood freeze. She looked at Leo. I'll be right back, okay? Promise? Promise. She followed Damien into the hallway. He closed the door, turned to her. Tell me about St. Catherine's Hospital. The pediatric wing, who runs it? Dr. Richard Morrison. Why Bram? Because he's been the attending physician for every child in my organization who's gotten sick in the last 3 years, including Leo. Maya's brain stuttered. Morrison is your doctor. You said you trusted him. I did. Past tense. Damien pulled out his phone, showed her a photo, bank records, transfers, large amounts. Someone's been paying him, a lot. And every child he's treated from families in my organization has either died or nearly died. That's impossible. Morrison is one of the best pediatric specialists in the state. He's also one of the most expensive, and someone's paying him more than I am. Maya's mind raced. If Morrison's compromised, then everyone at St. Catherine's could be... Not everyone. Just the people with access to high-value targets. Doctors, nurses, administrative staff. You think there's a whole network? I know there's a network. I've been tracking unusual deaths for 6 months. Children of people in my world, businessmen, politicians, people with enemies, all treated at St. Catherine's, all died of complications. Maya felt sick. How many 11 children in 6 months? Oh my God. Someone is systematically eliminating the next generation of powerful families. And Morrison is the weapon. Where is he now? That's the problem. He disappeared 3 hours ago, right after I called him to come here and treat Leo. Maya's blood turned to ice. He knows where we are. No, I gave him a fake location, wanted to see if he'd show. He didn't, which means he knows it's a trap, which means the lights went out, total darkness, emergency backup didn't kick in. Stay here, Damien ordered, like hell. Stay here. He was gone. Maya heard his footsteps, then shouting. Gunfire. Sharp. Precise. Then silence. Maya's heart hammered. She fumbled for the door handle, pushed back into Leo's room. Leo, baby, I need you to get under the bed right now. What's happening? Just do it, please. Hurry. Leo scrambled under the bed. Maya grabbed the nearest thing she could find, an IV stand, and positioned herself between the door and Leo's hiding spot. The door handle turned. Damien. No answer. The door opened. A figure entered. Too small to be Damien. Wrong build. Wrong movement. Security's been neutralized, a voice said. Female, professional. Target is in this room. Retrieve and extract. Another figure entered. Then another. 3 people. All armed. All moving toward Leo's bed. Maya swung the IV stand, connected with the first person's head. They dropped. The second person turned, gun rising. Maya was faster. Kicked hard. The gun clattered. But the third person had their weapon aimed at her chest. Back away from the bed. No. I will shoot you. Then shoot me. You're not getting near that child. The person's finger tightened on the trigger. Maya saw her death in their eyes, saw Emma's face, saw every failure, every regret, every moment she'd wanted to give up. Then she saw Leo's terrified face under the bed, and she refused to move. The shot never came. Instead, the person flew backward, Damien's fist connecting with their jaw. He moved like violence incarnate, disarming the second person, dropping the third with brutal efficiency. Lights flickered back on. 3 unconscious bodies, Damien standing over them, blood on his knuckles, murder in his eyes. Are you hurt? Maya shook her head, couldn't speak. Adrenaline and terror had stolen her voice. Leo, under the bed. Damien dropped to his knees. Leo, it's safe. You can come out. Leo crawled out, tears streaming. Damien pulled him close, held him so tight Maya thought bones might break. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have protected you better. It's okay, Dad. Maya protected me. Damien looked at Maya over Leo's head. Something in his expression shifted, cracked. The cold, controlled mask fell away, and she saw raw gratitude, raw fear, raw everything. Thank you, he whispered. Maya nodded, still couldn't speak. Damien's men appeared, started securing the bodies. One of them spoke to Damien in rapid Italian. Damien's face went white. What? Maya found her voice. What is it? These aren't hired killers. They're federal agents. The room spun. What? FBI, all three of them. That's impossible. The FBI doesn't assassinate children. These do. Damien stood still, holding Leo. Someone in federal law enforcement wants Leo dead, which means this is bigger than Morrison, bigger than St. Catherine's. Someone with serious power wants my family erased. Maya's brain couldn't process it. Federal agents, attempting murder, nothing made sense. We need to leave, Damien said. This location is compromised. Where do we go? I don't know. Everywhere I own is tracked. Every property is registered. They'll find us. Then we go somewhere you don't own. Maya pulled out her phone. I know a place, off-grid, no paper trail, no connection to you or me. Where? My sister's cabin, 2 hours north. She's been dead 3 years. Property's still in her name, taxes paid through an automatic account. No one knows it exists except me. Damien studied her. You trust me enough to take me there. I trust you enough to protect Leo. That's what matters. This is your safe place, your sister's memory. You'd risk that for us. Maya looked at Leo still trembling in his father's arms, looked at Damien desperate and dangerous and utterly devoted to keeping his son alive. Yes. They moved fast. Damien's men created a convoy, 3 identical SUVs, all with tinted windows, all heading in different directions. Maya, Leo, and Damien took the middle vehicle. 2 of Damien's most trusted guards drove. Leo sat between them in the back, holding both their hands. Are we going to be okay? He whispered. Damien opened his mouth, closed it. Couldn't lie. Couldn't promise. Maya squeezed Leo's hand. We're going to fight like hell to make sure we are. That's not an answer. It's the only honest one I have. Leo accepted this. Kids were good at accepting hard truths when adults didn't sugarcoat them. They drove in silence for 20 minutes. Then Damien's phone rang. He checked the number, frowned, answered. This is Costa. Maya watched his face drain of color. Say that again. Pause. When? Pause. How many? Pause. I understand. He disconnected, sat frozen. Damien. That was my lawyer. The FBI just raided my home. My office, my warehouse, seized everything. Froze all my accounts. His voice was hollow. And they issued an arrest warrant. For me. Charges are conspiracy to commit murder, racketeering, and child endangerment. Child endangerment? That's insane. You're trying to protect Leo. They're claiming I'm using Leo as a shield, that I'm manufacturing threats to justify violence against federal investigators. The investigators who just tried to kill him. No one will believe that. It's my word against the FBI's. And I'm a criminal. They're the good guys. Maya's mind raced. This is a setup. Someone in the FBI is working with whoever wants Leo dead. They're framing you to isolate you, cut you off from resources, make you vulnerable. It's working. How much cash do you have, liquid assets? Right now, maybe 50,000. Everything else is frozen or seized. Your men, loyal, but without money, without organization, they're just bodies. And bodies don't stop federal investigations. Maya made a decision. Give me your phone. What? Your phone. Yeah, Damien handed it over. Maya scrolled through his recent calls, found Morrison's number. Dialed. What are you doing? Getting answers. The phone rang, then hello, Morrison's voice. Calm, professional. Maya put it on speaker. Dr. Morrison, this is Maya Lawson. We met at St. Catherine's. Pause. I remember Leo's nurse. Leo's protector. And I know what you did. I don't know what you're talking about. You were paid to hurt children, to kill them. 11 dead in 6 months, all on your watch. Silence. Nothing to say. Morrison's voice changed, dropped the professional veneer. You should have stayed a janitor, Maya. Now you're in the middle of something you can't possibly understand. Then explain it to me. Why would I do that? Because I have Leo Costa, and you want him dead. And I want to know why a respected pediatrician would murder children for money. Morrison laughed. Actually laughed. You think this is about money? You're more naive than I thought. Then what's it about, Batido? Justice. These children, Leo, the others, they're born into evil. Their fathers are criminals, murderers, drug dealers, extortionists. Letting them live means letting evil continue. Another generation of violence, another generation of victims. Maya's blood ran cold. You're killing children to stop future crimes. I'm preventing future crimes. There's a difference. You're insane. I'm practical, and I'm not alone. There are dozens of us, doctors, nurses, agents, judges, all working toward the same goal. Clean up the next generation before they become the problem. By murdering 7-year-olds, by eliminating future threats. It's not personal, Maya. It's mathematics. One child dies, now hundreds of future victims live. Damien's face was carved from ice. Pure, absolute rage held barely in check. Maya kept talking. And the FBI agents, they're part of this. Some are. The ones who understand that justice isn't always legal. The ones willing to do what courts won't. Who's running this? Who's in charge? Morrison paused. Then, someone bigger than you can imagine. Someone who's been cleaning up society's filth for 30 years. Someone who makes Damien Costa look like a small-time thug. Give me a name. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't. We're compartmentalized. I know my role, handle the medical side. I don't know the full network. That's how we stay safe. You're not safe. We're coming for you. Morrison laughed again. With what Damien's broke. His organization is dismantled. His home is seized. He's a wanted fugitive with no resources, no support, and no hope. His voice turned cold. And you're a janitor with a dead daughter and delusions of heroism. You're not a threat. You're an inconvenience. And inconveniences get eliminated. The line went dead. Maya handed Damien his phone back. His hand shook. I'm going to kill him, Damien said quietly, slowly. First, we need to prove what he said. Record it. Expose the network. He won't talk again. Too smart. Then we find someone who will. Leo's small voice interrupted. What's an inconvenience? They both looked at him. Realized he'd heard everything. Every horrible word. It's what bad people call good people who get in their way, Maya said softly. Are we good people? Maya looked at Damien. Criminal. Murderer. Everything Morrison had said, but also father. Protector. Man willing to lose everything for his son. We're people trying to keep you alive. That's good enough for now. The SUV pulled off the main highway, started climbing into the mountains. The cabin was close. Maya's sanctuary. The last place she had left that meant anything. And she was bringing danger right to its door. Almost there, she said. To Leo, to Damien, to herself. Leo had fallen asleep against her shoulder. Damien stared out the window, his jaw tight. I'm sorry, he said suddenly. For what? For dragging you into this. For blackmailing you. For putting you in danger. He looked at her. For everything. You gave me purpose. I should be thanking you. Purpose that might get you killed. Better than the slow death I was living. They rode in silence. The cabin appeared through the trees. Small, isolated, perfect. Maya felt something loosen in her chest. They'd made it. They were safe. At least for now. Then she saw the light in the window. Someone was inside. Damien's hand went to his gun before Maya could blink. His guards were already moving, weapons drawn, flanking the cabin. Stay in the car, Damien ordered. That's my cabin. With someone inside who shouldn't be there. Stay. With Leo. He was out before she could argue. Maya watched him move through the darkness, precise and lethal. His guards split left and right. 3 armed men converging on her sister's cabin like it was a hostile target. Leo stirred against her shoulder. What's happening? Your dad's just checking something. Go back to sleep. I'm not tired anymore. Yes, you are. Close your eyes, Maya. Yeah, baby. I'm scared. Maya pulled him closer. Me too. Through the window, she watched Damien reach the cabin door, saw him test the handle. Locked. He signaled his guards. They positioned themselves. Then Damien kicked the door open and disappeared inside. Silence. Maya's heart hammered. Seconds stretched into eternities. No gunfire, no shouting, nothing. Then Damien appeared in the doorway, waved her forward. It's safe. Maya didn't believe him, but she couldn't stay in the car forever. She woke, Leo fully took his hand, walked toward the cabin. Every instinct screamed danger. Damien met them at the door. You need to see this. Inside the cabin was exactly as Maya remembered. Same furniture, same photos on the mantle. Emma's drawings still taped to the refrigerator. 3 years frozen in time, except for the woman sitting at the kitchen table. Maya's breath stopped. Sarah. Her sister looked up, smiled. Hey, Maya, been a while. Maya's brain short-circuited. You're dead? You're supposed to be dead. Yeah, about that. Sarah stood. She looked different. Harder, thinner. Her blonde hair cut short, dyed dark. Surprise. I went to your funeral. I buried you. You buried a Jane Doe. I needed you to think I was dead. Safer that way. Maya couldn't breathe. Couldn't think. 3 years of grief. 3 years of being completely alone in the world. 3 years of believing her entire family was gone. Why harm? Because the same people trying to kill Leo tried to kill me first, and they succeeded with everyone else I loved. Sarah's eyes hardened. Mom, Dad, my husband, my daughter, all dead within 6 months. Car accidents, home invasions, medical complications, all perfectly explainable, all perfectly orchestrated. Damien stepped forward. Who are you? Sarah Lawson, Maya's dead sister, former federal prosecutor. She looked at Maya. And the person who's been investigating the network that's trying to kill your son for the last 3 years. The room spun. Maya grabbed the table for support. You've been alive for 3 years. 3 years. And you never told me. I couldn't. They were watching you, waiting for me to make contact. I had to stay dead or they'd kill you too. I grieved for you. I fell apart. I lost everything. I know, and I'm sorry, but I kept you alive. That's all that mattered, and Maya's hands shook. Rage and relief and betrayal crashed together in her chest. I hate you. I know that too. Leo tugged Maya's hand. Is she your sister? Yes. But she's not dead. Apparently not. Sarah knelt down to Leo's level. Hi, I'm Sarah. And you must be the kid everyone's trying to kill. Sarah? Maya's voice cracked. What he knows. Better to be honest. Sarah looked at Leo. You're Leo Costa, 7 years old. Target of a coordinated assassination network run by corrupt federal agents and medical professionals. How am I doing? Leo considered this. You sound like my dad. I'll take that as a compliment. Sarah stood face Damien. You're Damien Costa, former enforcer for the Moretti family. Built your own organization 5 years ago. Currently worth approximately $400 million. Or you were before the FBI froze everything. Damien's expression was stone. You've done your homework. I've done 3 years of homework. On you, on Morrison, on everyone connected to this network. I know things that would put half the FBI in prison. She paused. Including who's running the operation. Maya's heart stopped. You know who's in charge. Federal Judge Marcus Crane, appointed 28 years ago, clean record, impeccable reputation, also runs the largest vigilante justice network in the country. He decides which criminals get the death penalty. Then his people carry it out. No trial, no appeal, just execution. That's insane, Maya whispered. That's justice according to Crane. He believes the legal system is broken. Too many criminals walk free, too many victims suffer. So he created his own system. Judges, prosecutors, FBI agents, police doctors, all working together, all believing they're saving society. Damien's voice was cold. And they're targeting children. Children of criminals. Crane's philosophy is simple. Eliminate the bloodline, eliminate the crime family. He's been doing it for decades. Started with Mafia kids in the 80s, moved to cartel families in the 90s. Now he's targeting anyone he deems a threat to society. How many children? Sarah's face went grim. In 3 years, 47 confirmed deaths. Probably double that unconfirmed. The number hit like a physical blow. Maya felt sick. 47 children, Damien repeated, murdered by federal agents, murdered by people who think they're heroes. That's what makes them dangerous. They genuinely believe they're making the world better. How do we stop them? We expose them. I've been gathering evidence for 3 years. Names, dates, bank records, communications. Everything we need to blow this open. Where's the evidence? Sarah smiled, pulled a thumb drive from her pocket. Right here. Damien reached for it. Sarah pulled back. Not so fast. This evidence goes public. I need guarantees. What guarantees? That you won't kill anyone on this list. That you'll let the real justice system handle it. Damien's laugh was bitter. The justice system that's actively trying to murder my son. Not the whole system, just the corrupt parts. There are good turns, good prosecutors, people who'll do the right thing if we give them proof. You're naive. And you're a criminal who wants revenge. I get it. But if you go on a killing spree, you prove Crane right. You prove criminals are animals who need to be put down. Sarah stepped closer. You want to save Leo, prove you're better than what they think you are. The silence was heavy. Damien stared at Sarah. Sarah stared back, neither backing down. Maya broke the standoff. Where's this evidence, the actual files? Encrypted cloud server. Only I have the password. I die at auto-releases to every news outlet in the country. Smart, Damien admitted grudgingly. I've stayed alive 3 years by being smart. Sarah looked at Maya. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you. I wanted to, every day. But they were watching, waiting. One mistake and you'd be dead. Maya's anger warred with relief. I thought I was alone. You were never alone. I was always watching, always protecting, from the shadows. That's not the same. I know, but it's all I could do. Leo's small voice interrupted. Can someone explain why everyone wants to kill me? I'm 7. I haven't done anything wrong. The adults went silent. How do you explain systematic child murder to a 7-year-old? Maya knelt beside him. Some people believe that because your dad made mistakes, you'll make the same mistakes. They think stopping you now will prevent future problems. That's stupid. Yeah, it is. I'm not my dad. I'm me. We know that, baby, but they don't care. Leo looked at Damien. Did you do bad things? Damien's face cracked. Yes. Really bad things. Yes. Do you still do them? I'm trying not to. Because of you. Leo absorbed this. Okay. I forgive you. Damien's eyes filled. He pulled Leo into his arms, held him like he'd never let go. I don't deserve that. Probably not, but I'm giving it anyway. Maya's heart shattered and rebuilt simultaneously. This child, this beautiful, innocent child who'd been marked for death by people who claimed to protect society. Sarah cleared her throat. Touching, really. But we have bigger problems. Crane knows you're on the run. He's got every law enforcement agency in 3 states looking for you, and he's got the media convinced Damien is using Leo as a human shield. How do we fight that? Maya asked. We don't. We disappear. Completely. New identities. New location. New everything. I can't just disappear, Damien said. I have responsibilities. People who depend on me. You have a 7-year-old who'll be dead in a week if you don't disappear. Choose. Damien's jaw clenched. Fine. How fast can you make this happen? Already done. I've had escape identities ready for 3 years, just in case. Sarah pulled out a folder. Damien Costa is now David Cross, sales executive, divorced, boring as hell. And Maya Cross, David's new wife, former teacher, Leo's stepmother. Maya's eyes widened. Wife, married couples are harder to track. Blended families are common. You'll blend in perfectly. I'm not marrying him. It's a fake marriage for cover. I don't care. I'm not. Maya, Damien's voice was quiet. She's right. We need to disappear completely. This is the fastest way. There has to be another option. There isn't. Not if we want Leo safe. Maya looked at Leo, at his innocent face, at the trust in his eyes when he looked at her. She thought of Emma, of promises made and broken. Fine, but this is temporary. The second this is over, you're free to go. I promise. Sarah handed them passports, driver's licenses, credit cards, complete identities. There's a safe house, Vermont, small town, population 800. You'll fit in perfectly. What about you, Maya asked. I'm going to D.C., taking this evidence to the one person I trust, Deputy Director Ellen Voss. She's clean, one of the few. How do you know? Because Crane tried to have her killed twice. She survived both times. Now she's paranoid and careful. Perfect ally. When do we leave? Damien asked. Now, there's a car behind the cabin, keys under the mat. Drive north. Don't stop. Don't call anyone. Don't use credit cards. Cash only. How long? Until I call and say it's safe. Could be days, could be months. Maya's stomach dropped. Months. This is a federal conspiracy, Maya. It's going to take time to dismantle. Sarah grabbed her sister's hands. I know this is hard. I know it's not fair, but it's the only way to keep you all alive. What if something happens to you? Then the evidence releases automatically. Crane goes down. You're still safe. That's not comforting. Sarah smiled sadly. I'm not in the comfort business. I'm in the survival business. They heard engines outside, multiple vehicles. Close, Sarah's face went white. They found us. Already. How? Damien was already moving. Leo, come here. Now. The boy ran to him. Damien swept him up. Sarah grabbed Maya. Back door, through the woods. There's a trail. I know the trail. Used to hike it with Emma. They ran. Damien carried Leo. His guards laid down covering fire. Maya heard shouting, gunfire, breaking glass. They burst out the back door. The forest was dark. Maya led them down the trail, muscle memory, from hundreds of hikes guiding her feet. Behind them, the cabin exploded. The shockwave knocked them forward. Maya hit the ground hard, Leo underneath her, protected by her body. Damien rolled, came up, firing backward. Go move! They ran. Leo was crying. Maya's ears rang. Sarah was shouting something Maya couldn't hear. More gunfire. A guard dropped, then another. We can't outrun them, Damien gasped. There's a stream, half-mile ahead. We can lose them in the water. Can you make it? Maya looked at Leo, terrified, exhausted, traumatized. I don't have a choice. They ran harder. The stream appeared. Maya didn't hesitate, plunged in. The water was freezing. Leo gasped. I know, baby, I know. Just hold on. They waded downstream. The current fought them. Maya's legs burned. Leo's teeth chattered. Damien kept watch behind them. They've stopped, regrouping. How long do we have? Minutes, maybe. There's an old logging road, quarter-mile downstream. We can... Maya? Sarah's voice was weak. Maya turned. Her sister was leaning against a tree, hand pressed to her side. Blood seeped between her fingers. No, 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 Sarah smiled. Guess I'm not as invisible as I thought. We need to stop the bleeding. No time, you need to run. Get Leo safe. I'm not leaving you again. You have to. Sarah pulled out the thumb drive. Take this. Get it to Voss. She'll know what to do. Sarah. I got 3 extra years, Maya. 3 years I shouldn't have had. I made them count. She grabbed Maya's hand. You make your years count too. Save that boy. Save all the other children they're targeting. Be the hero I know you are. You're not dying. You're not allowed to die. Pretty sure I don't get a vote. Sarah's eyes were closing. Love you, little sister. Always did. Sarah. Sarah. No response. Damien pulled Maya away. She's gone. We have to move. I can't leave her. She died saving us. Don't make it meaningless. Maya clutched the thumb drive, looked at her sister's body. 3 years of thinking she was dead. 3 minutes of having her back. Now gone again. For real this time. I'm sorry, Maya whispered. I'm so sorry. Damien lifted Leo. Can you walk? Maya nodded. Couldn't speak. Grief and rage choked her. They found the logging road. An old pickup truck sat rusted at the edge, keys in the ignition. Sarah had planned everything. They climbed in. Damien drove. Leo sat between them, shivering and silent. Where now? Maya asked. Vermont. Like Sarah said, we disappear. For how long? However long it takes. Maya looked at the thumb drive in her hand. Sarah's last gift. 3 years of evidence, proof of a conspiracy that murdered children and called it justice. We're going to destroy them, she said quietly. Every single one. Yes. I'm going to make them pay for what they took from me. I'll help. Leo looked up at Maya. Are you okay? She wasn't. Would never be okay again. Had lost her sister twice. Lost Emma. Lost everything that mattered. But she had Leo, and Leo was alive. And that meant something. I will be, she lied. We all will be. The truck drove into the night. Behind them, the cabin burned, Sarah's body cooling in the forest, Crane's agents regrouping. Ahead, Vermont. Safety. A chance to breathe. And after that war, Maya clutched the thumb drive tighter. How do we contact Deputy Director Voss? We don't. Not directly. Too risky. Damien navigated the dark road. We need a cutout. Someone Crane doesn't know about. Who? I know someone. Old contact. Retired. Owes me. Can we trust them? We don't have a choice. They drove for 3 hours. Leo fell asleep. Maya stared out the window. Processing. Grieving. Planning. I'm sorry about your sister, Damien said quietly. Don't. She saved our lives. And died doing it again. She seemed to think it was worth it. Easy to say when you're not the one left behind. Silence. Then, I know something about being left behind. Maya looked at him, saw the pain in his profile, the loss. He'd buried his wife, was protecting his son from the same people who'd killed Sarah. They weren't so different. Both damaged, both desperate, both willing to do whatever it took to save the children they loved. Your wife, Maya said. How did she die? Cancer, slow, painful. I watched for 8 months. Couldn't do anything but hold her hand and lie about how she'd beat it. Did she know that you were lying? Yeah, she always knew. But she let me lie anyway. Said it made me feel better. Why did I edit? No. They lapsed into silence again. The road stretched endlessly. Maya. Yeah. Thank you for protecting Leo, for staying when you could have run. I made him a promise. You keep your promises. Trying to, for once. Dawn broke as they crossed into Vermont. Small towns appeared, quiet, normal, safe. They found the safe house by noon. A farmhouse, isolated, perfect. Inside, Sarah had stocked everything. Food, clothes, medical supplies. She'd thought of everything. Maya found Emma's favorite book on the shelf. Goodnight Moon. Sarah had remembered. Had kept a piece of Emma alive for Maya to find. Maya sat on the floor and cried. Finally, completely. For Emma, for Sarah, for everything lost and everything still at risk. Damien gave her space. Put Leo to bed. Let Maya grieve. When she finally emerged, he handed her coffee. We should contact your person. Set up the meeting with Voss. Tomorrow, tonight we rest. We don't have time. We make time. Leo needs stability. You need sleep. I need to think. He met her eyes. And you need to grieve. Take tonight. Tomorrow we fight. Maya wanted to argue, wanted to push forward, but exhaustion crashed over her. Okay, tomorrow. She went to check on Leo. He was asleep, curled around a stuffed bear Maya didn't recognize. Another gift from Sarah. Maya sat beside the bed, watched him breathe. So small, so vulnerable, so worth protecting. I won't let them hurt you, she whispered. I promise. And this time I'll keep it. Morning came too fast. Maya woke to find Damien already awake, phone in hand, staring at it like it might explode. How long have you been up? Never went to sleep. He looked exhausted, haunted. Been trying to figure out how to contact Ellen Voss without getting us all killed. What about your person? The one who owes you, that's the problem. Everyone who owes me is either dead, arrested, or working for Crane now. 3 years is a long time in my world. Loyalties shift. People forget. Maya poured coffee with shaking hands. Sarah's coffee, Sarah's safe house, Sarah's everything. Then we go directly to Voss. She's FBI. She could be compromised. Sarah trusted her. Sarah's dead. The words hung like lead. Maya's hands clenched around the mug. Don't. I'm being realistic. You're being a coward. Sarah spent 3 years gathering evidence. Died getting it to us. We don't get to waste that because you're scared. I'm not scared. I'm careful. There's a difference. No, there isn't. Not anymore. Maya grabbed the thumb drive from the table. We contact Voss today, or I do it myself. You don't know how, then teach me, or get out of my way. Damien stared at her. Something in his expression shifted. Respect maybe, or recognition that she wasn't backing down. Fine, but we do it my way. Secure line, anonymous drop, no direct contact. How long will that take? Hours, maybe a day. We don't have a day. Crane's people are hunting us right now, which is why we need to be smart about this. Leo appeared in the doorway rubbing his eyes. Why are you fighting? They both stopped. Looked at the 7-year-old who'd heard too much, seen too much, survived too much. We're not fighting, Maya lied. We're discussing. It sounded like fighting. Adults discuss loudly sometimes. Leo climbed into a chair. My mom and dad used to discuss loudly, right before mom got sick. Damien's face cracked. Leo, it's okay. I know you're scared. Maya's scared too. Everyone's scared. Leo looked at them with eyes too old for his face. But being scared doesn't help. Mom always said being scared just makes you frozen. You have to move anyway. Maya's throat closed. This child, this impossibly brave child. Your mom was smart, she managed. She was. Dad tells me about her sometimes. When he thinks I'm asleep. Leo looked at Damien. I hear you, Dad, when you cry. Damien's composure shattered. He pulled Leo close, buried his face in his son's hair. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry you have to go through this. It's not your fault, It is. Everything I've done, everyone I've heard it all led here, to you being hunted, to good people dying, trying to protect you. Then stop letting people die. Fight back. The simplicity of it, the clarity from a 7-year-old. Damien pulled back, looked at his son. You're right. I know, I'm 7, but I'm not stupid. Maya almost laughed. Would have if the situation weren't so dire. Okay, so we contact Voss. What's the plan? Damien pulled out a burner phone. I make one call to one person who might still be loyal. Former cop, retired, lives off-grid in Montana. You trust him? I saved his daughter's life 15 years ago. Some debts don't expire. He dialed. The phone rang and rang. Maya's heart sank. Then, yeah. Frank, it's Costa. Pause. Damien Costa is a wanted fugitive. I don't know any fugitives. I need a favor. Can't help you. Your daughter, Sarah. She'd be dead if I hadn't. I know what you did. Doesn't mean I can help you now. Line's probably tapped. Every call monitored. This line is clean. No line is clean. Not anymore. They've got technology that... Frank stopped. Why are you calling me? I need you to contact Ellen Voss, FBI Deputy Director. Tell her I have evidence, big evidence, about Judge Crane. Silence. Then you're insane. Crane is untouchable. Not if Voss sees what I have. What do you have? Proof of 47 child murders. Names, dates, bank records, everything. Frank's breathing changed. Jesus, you're serious. Dead serious. Will you help? I don't know how to contact Voss. She's FBI brass. I'm a retired cop from Montana. You know someone who knows someone. You always do. Another pause. This could get me killed. It could save a lot of children, including yours, including mine. Frank was quiet for a long moment. Give me 24 hours. I'll see what I can do. I don't have 24 hours. Then you're screwed, because that's the best I can offer. Frank's voice softened slightly. Keep your kids safe, Costa, and watch your back. Crane's people are everywhere. The line went dead. Damien stared at the phone. 24 hours. We can last 24 hours, Maya said, more confidently than she felt. Can we? Damien looked at her. We're in a farmhouse in Vermont, surrounded by woods, 3 people against a federal conspiracy. Sarah lasted 3 years and they still found her. Sarah was alone. We're together. That doesn't make us safer. That makes us a bigger target. Leo tugged Maya's sleeve. Can I ask something? Of course, baby. Why did the FBI put something in me? Every adult in the room froze. What? Damien's voice was deadly quiet. When I was in the hospital, the first time, a doctor said he was giving me vitamins, but it hurt, like he put something under my skin. Leo touched his shoulder. Right here, it's still there. I can feel it sometimes. Damien was across the room in seconds. Show me. Leo pulled down his shirt collar. There barely visible was a small scar. Recent, maybe 3 weeks old. Damien's hands shook as he felt the area. There's something there, small, hard. Maya's medical training kicked in. Let me see. She palpated carefully. Leo was right. There was definitely something under the skin, about the size of a grain of rice. It's a tracker, she whispered. They've been tracking him this whole time. The implications crashed down. Every location, every move. Crane knew exactly where they were. How long? Damien's voice was ice. Since the hospital. 3 weeks. We've been running for nothing. They've known our location the entire time. Maya's mind raced. Then why haven't they attacked? Because they're not trying to kill Leo anymore. They're trying to kill everyone protecting him. Weakening my organization. Eliminating my allies, using Leo as bait. Sarah, Maya breathed. They knew she'd come to us. They let her come so they could kill her. And they'll keep killing everyone we contact. Everyone we trust. Until we're completely isolated. Damien pulled out a knife. I'm taking it out, now. Wait, Maya grabbed his hand. If you remove it suddenly, they'll know. They'll come immediately. They're probably already coming. But we don't know that. Maybe they're waiting. Maybe they have a plan that requires the tracker to stay active. I'm not leaving a tracking device in my son. I'm not saying leave it. I'm saying remove it carefully, surgically, so they don't know exactly when it stopped transmitting. Damien looked at the knife in his hand. Can you do that? I was a trauma nurse. I've done minor surgeries, but not in 3 years. Not since, can you do it or not? Maya looked at Leo, at his trusting face, at the fear hiding behind bravery. Yes. How long by him? 20 minutes, maybe less. I need supplies. Anesthetic, scalpel, antiseptic. Sarah stocked medical supplies, 2nd floor bathroom. Maya ran, found everything she needed, brought it down, set up a makeshift operating area on the kitchen table. Leo, baby, I need you to be very brave. Can you do that? Will it hurt? I'm going to use numbing medicine. You'll feel pressure, but not pain. Okay? That's it, just okay. You promised to keep me safe. I believe you. Maya's eyes burned. She prepped the area, injected local anesthetic, waited for it to take effect. Can you feel this? She touched the area with a probe. No. Good. Stay very still. Her hands were steady. Muscle memory took over. Small incision, careful dissection. They're the tracker. Tiny, sophisticated, expensive. She removed it with forceps, held it up. Got it. Damien took it carefully. Now what? Now we make them think it's still moving. Maya grabbed a bag. Put it on something, a car, an animal, something that moves naturally. There's a deer population in these woods. I can attach it to one. Do it. Fast. Damien was out the door in seconds. Maya stitched Leo's shoulder. 6 neat sutures. Bandaged it carefully. All done. You were so brave. Did I do good? You did perfect. Leo smiled. Then his face changed. Maya, I feel weird. Weird how? Dizzy and hot. Maya touched his forehead. Burning up. You have a fever. When did this start? Just now, and my stomach hurts. Panic clawed at Maya's chest. The tracker. There might have been a fail-safe. A poison release if it was removed. Am I going to die? No, absolutely not. I won't let that happen. She checked his pupils. Dilated. Checked his pulse. Racing. Checked his skin. Flushed and clammy. Damien, she screamed. Damien. He burst back in. What's wrong? The tracker was booby-trapped. He's going into shock. Damien's face went white. What do we do? I need to flush his system. IV fluids. Activated charcoal. Maybe dialysis if it's bad enough. We don't have dialysis equipment. Then we pray it's not that bad. Maya was already setting up an IV. Hold him steady. Leo's breathing turned rapid, shallow. His eyes rolled back. He's seizing? Maya turned him on his side, protected his airway. The seizure lasted 30 seconds. Felt like 30 years. When it stopped, Leo was unconscious, breathing but unresponsive. No, 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 no. Maya checked vitals. Pulse weak, blood pressure dropping. He's crashing. Do something. I'm trying. She started CPR, chest compressions, rescue breaths. Come on, come on, nothing. Maya, shut up. Let me think. She grabbed an EpiPen from the medical supplies, jammed it into Leo's thigh. Waited. Nothing. She tried again. Different medication. Atropine. To speed his heart. Leo's body jerked. His eyes opened. He gasped. That's it. Come on, baby. Breathe. Breathe for me. Leo's breathing stabilized. Color returned to his face. He looked at Maya with terrified eyes. You're okay. You're going to be okay. What happened? You had a bad reaction. But you're okay now. Damien was shaking. Is he stable? For now, but we need a hospital, a real hospital. He needs blood work monitoring proper treatment. We can't go to a hospital. They'll find us. He could die if we don't. He'll definitely die, yes, if we do. They stared at each other, impossible choice. Certain death versus probable death. Leo's weak voice broke the standoff. Don't fight, please. I don't want you to fight because of me. Maya's heart shattered. We're not fighting, we're just scared. I know. Me too. Leo closed his eyes. But I trust you. Both of you. Whatever you decide, I trust you. Damien's phone buzzed. He checked it. His face changed. It's Frank. He got through to Voss. She wants to meet. Tonight. 2 hours from here. That's convenient timing, Maya said. Too convenient. You think it's a trap? I think everything is a trap, but Leo needs help, and Voss is FBI. She has resources. She's also potentially part of Crane's network. Sarah trusted her. That has to count for something. Maya looked at Leo, pale, weak, dying slowly from whatever poison was in his system. We meet her, but on our terms, public place, witnesses, multiple exit routes. Agreed. They packed fast, left the farmhouse, took the truck, drove south. 2 hours later, they pulled into a truck stop. Bright lights, lots of people. Perfect. She's supposed to be here in 10 minutes, Damien said. What does she look like? No idea. Frank didn't send a photo. Great, so we're meeting a complete stranger who might be trying to kill us. Story of my life. Maya almost laughed. Would have if Leo wasn't barely conscious in her arms. A black sedan pulled in, tinted windows, government plates. That's her, Damien said. How do you know? Because she just flashed FBI credentials at the security guard. A woman got out, 50-ish, gray hair, sharp eyes, wearing a pantsuit and an expression that said she didn't trust anyone. She walked straight to their truck, knocked on the window. Damien rolled it down. Deputy Director Voss. And you're the criminal who's been blowing up my phone through back channels for the last 6 hours. She looked at Maya, then at Leo. Her expression softened. Is the boy hurt? Poisoned. By your people. My people don't poison children. Your people murdered 47 children in 3 years. Don't pretend to be clean. Voss's jaw tightened. You have proof. Damien pulled out the thumb drive. Everything. Names, dates, evidence. Voss reached for it. Damien pulled back. First, you get Leo medical care. Real care. Safe care. I can arrange that. How fast? There's a private clinic 20 minutes from here. Doctor I trust. No questions asked. No records. Why should I believe you? Because if I wanted you dead, you'd already be dead. I've had teams tracking you since you left Vermont. Ice flooded Maya's veins. The tracker. You knew. Of course I knew. Crane's people are thorough, but so am I. I've been running interference, keeping his teams away from you, buying you time. Why? Voss's eyes were hard. Because Sarah Lawson was my friend, and she died believing this evidence would change everything. I'm not about to let her death be meaningless. Damien and Maya exchanged looks. Trust or don't trust. Leap or don't leap. Leo's labored breathing made the decision. Fine, but I'm coming with him. And if this is a trap, then I'm a dead woman anyway. Crane's been trying to kill me for 2 years. One more attempt won't make a difference. Voss pulled out her phone, made a call. Dr. Chen, I'm bringing in a priority case. 7-year-old male, poisoning, Possible neurotoxin. I need you ready in 15 minutes. She hung up, looked at them. Follow me, and Costa, keep that thumb drive safe. It's the only thing keeping any of us alive right now. They followed her sedan through back roads. Maya held Leo, monitored his breathing, prayed to a god she wasn't sure existed anymore. Please, she whispered. Please let him live. I can't lose another child. I can't. Damien's hand found hers, squeezed. He's going to make it. He has to. That's not how life works. It's how this life works. I don't lose. Not when it matters. Everyone loses sometimes. Not me, not today. The clinic appeared, small, discreet, perfect. Dr. Chen was waiting, Asian, 60-ish, moved with precision. Bring him in, quickly. They carried Leo inside. Chen started working immediately. Blood draws, evil lines, medication. What was the poison? We don't know. It came from a medical tracking device. Chen's eyes sharpened. Federal issue, yes. Then it's likely compound 773, neurotoxin, delayed release, designed to look like natural causes. Can you treat it? If I caught it in time. Chen worked as he talked. This is going to be close. Maya's world narrowed to Leo's face, his breathing, his heartbeat on the monitor. Come on, baby. Fight. You're a fighter. I know you are. Damien stood at the foot of the bed, hands clenched, jaw tight, completely helpless. Voss stood by the door, phone in hand. Crane knows we're here. He's mobilizing. How long do we have? Damien asked. An hour, maybe less. Can Chen stabilize him in an hour? I don't know, but whether he can or not, we need to move. This clinic won't survive a federal assault. Then we make our stand here. That's suicide. That's protecting my son. There's a difference. Voss studied him. You'd die for that boy. Without hesitation. And you, Voss looked at Maya. What's your stake in this? You're not family. You're a janitor who got dragged into this mess. Maya looked at Leo, at the small chest rising and falling, at the innocence that deserved protection. I made him a promise. I keep my promises. Even if it kills you. Especially then. Voss smiled, sad, knowing. Sarah chose well. You're just like her. Stubborn, brave, stupid. She said that all the time, usually right before doing something heroic and reckless. Voss's phone buzzed. Her face changed. They're here. Multiple vehicles. Armed team. Federal authorization. Damien pulled his gun. How many? 20? Maybe more. We can't fight 20. No, but we can run. Chen looked up from Leo. He's stable. Barely. But stable. I can transport him. Whereabout Voss pulled out a different phone. Made a call. It's me. I need extraction. Now, Vermont protocol. She hung up. Helicopter's coming. 5 minutes. We get to the roof. We get out. What about Crane's people? Let me worry about them. They moved. Chen wheeled Leo on a gurney. Maya stayed by his side. Damien and Voss covered the exits. Gunfire erupted outside. Windows shattered. Someone shouted federal commands. Go now! Voss returned fire. They ran for the stairs. Up, roof access. The helicopter appeared. Black, unmarked, descending fast. More gunfire, closer. The door behind them exploded. Federal agents poured through, weapons drawn. Nobody move! Damien fired. Agents dropped, returned fire, bullets everywhere. Maya threw herself over Leo's gurney, protected him with her body. The helicopter landed, door opened, hands reached out. Get the boy, go! Chen and Maya loaded Leo. He was conscious now, terrified. Maya, I'm coming, baby. I'm right here. Damien provided covering fire. Voss beside him. Professional, deadly, efficient. They climbed aboard. The helicopter lifted. An agent grabbed the skid, tried to pull himself up. Damien kicked him off. The agent fell, screaming, silent. They were airborne, rising, escaping. Below the clinic erupted in flames, Crane's people destroying evidence. Where are we going? Damien shouted over the rotor noise. Voss smiled, grim, determined. Somewhere Crane can't touch us. Somewhere we end this. Once and for all. The helicopter banked hard, headed north, into darkness. Leo's hand found Maya's, squeezed weakly. We made it. Maya kissed his forehead. We made it. But as the clinic burned below and federal agents regrouped, Maya knew the truth. They hadn't made it. They'd survived. There was a difference, and that difference might get them all killed. The helicopter landed on a military base Maya didn't recognize. Armed soldiers surrounded them the moment the rotor stopped. What is this? Damien had his gun out. Put it down, Voss ordered. These Bowery, my people, been loyal to me, not Crane. How do I know that? Because if they were Cranes, you'd already be dead. Damien didn't lower the gun. Maya grabbed his arm. Leo needs medical attention. Now, we don't have time for this. That did it. Damien holstered the weapon. They carried Leo into a medical facility. Real doctors, real equipment, everything Chen didn't have. A female doctor took over. I'm Captain Rodriguez, Army Medical Corps. I've treated neurotoxin exposure before. He's going to be okay. You're sure? I'm sure, but he needs rest, and so do both of you. Maya refused to leave Leo's side. Damien paced like a caged animal. Voss made phone calls in the corner, her voice low and urgent. After an hour, Rodriguez returned. He's sleeping, vitals are strong, the antitoxin is working. He should be fully recovered in 48 hours. Maya's knees went weak. Damien caught her. Thank you, he whispered to Rodriguez. Thank you. Don't thank me yet. You're still fugitives. And Crane's still out there. Voss ended her call, approached them. We need to talk about what happens next. They moved to a conference room. Voss spread files across the table. Photos, documents, evidence. Sarah's thumb drive contained everything: bank records showing payments to Morrison, 3 other doctors, 12 FBI agents, and 6 federal judges. Communications proving conspiracy. Video evidence of planning meetings. Voss looked grim. It's enough to bring down the entire network. So we go public, Maya said. It's not that simple. Crane has connections at every major news outlet. He can kill the story before it runs. Then we leak it everywhere. Social media, independent journalists flood the zone. That works if we survive long enough. Crane knows we have the evidence. He's mobilizing every resource to stop us. How long do we have? Hours, maybe less. He's calling in favors, federal marshals, military contractors, people who will kill you and claim you were resisting arrest. Damien leaned forward. Then we don't wait. We go to him, end this face to face. That's suicide. That's the only move he won't expect. He's hunting us. Let's hunt him instead. Voss considered this. You'd need to get past his security, his guards, his entire infrastructure. I've done it before. Different circumstances, same principle. 15 years ago, when I worked for the Morettis, Crane was investigating them. I broke into his home office, planted evidence that got the investigation dropped. Maya stared at him. You framed a federal judge? I protected my employers. It's what I was paid to do. That's insane. That's survival. And it worked. I know his security, his patterns, his weaknesses. Voss pulled out a laptop. His estate is in Virginia, 20 acres, private security, 12 guards minimum, plus whatever federal protection he's called in. I can get past 12 guards. Not with 2 women and a sick child in tow. Then I go alone. No. Maya's voice was steel. We're not splitting up. We go together or not at all. Maya, I didn't survive this long to let you commit suicide alone. We're a team. We stay a team. Damien looked at her. Really looked. Saw the determination, the absolute refusal to back down. You're insane. I learned from the best. Voss interrupted. If you're serious about this, I can help. I have access to resources, equipment, intel. Why would you help us? Because Sarah was right. This network has been operating for decades, murdering people they deemed unworthy of life. 47 children in 3 years, hundreds before that. It ends tonight. Her eyes were ice, one way or another. They planned for 3 hours, studied layouts, reviewed security footage, identified weak points. Leo woke up during the planning, demanded to know what was happening. We're going to stop the bad people, Maya explained, once and for all. Can I help? You can help by resting, getting strong, being ready to celebrate when this is over. What if it's not over? What if you don't come back? The question hung like a guillotine. Damien knelt beside the bed. Then Captain Rodriguez will take care of you. She'll make sure you're safe, that you grow up happy. I don't want Rodriguez. I want you and Maya. We're coming back, I promise. Dad, you can't promise that. Nobody can. Damien's eyes filled. You're right, I can't. But I can promise that we'll fight like hell to make it happen. Leo grabbed both their hands. Then fight and win, because I can't lose anyone else. Maya kissed his forehead. We'll win. For you. They left at 0200 hours. Military transport to Virginia. Voss, Damien, Maya, and 6 soldiers Voss trusted absolutely. The drive took 4 hours. Crane's estate appeared in the pre-dawn darkness, massive, fortified, expensive. He's inside, Voss confirmed via thermal imaging. Second floor study, 2 guards at the door, 4 patrolling the grounds, unknown number inside. How do we get in? Damien pointed to the east wall. Service entrance, delivery trucks use it, less security, I can bypass the lock. And once we're inside, we improvise. They moved in, silent, professional. Damien picked the lock in 30 seconds. They slipped through. Inside was luxury, marble floors, expensive art. The home of a man who believed rules didn't apply to him. They climbed stairs, reached the 2nd floor. The study door was ahead. 2 guards stood watch. Young, alert, armed. Damien stepped out. Gentlemen, they turned, weapons rising. Voss stepped out behind them. Stand down, FBI business. Deputy Director Voss. One guard hesitated. You weren't told because Judge Crane is under investigation. Step aside. We can't do that without authorization. Voss pulled her weapon. This is your authorization. Stand aside or be removed. The guards looked at each other, calculated, then stepped aside. Smart choice. Damien opened the study door. Judge Marcus Crane sat behind a mahogany desk, 70 years old, white hair, kind eyes, the face of someone who'd spent decades pretending to care about justice. Deputy Director Voss, what an unexpected pleasure. Save it, Crane. We have everything. Names, evidence, proof. Crane smiled. Proof of what? That I've dedicated my life to cleaning up society's filth, that I've prevented future crimes by eliminating criminals before they could mature, that I've done what the broken justice system refused to do. You murdered 47 children. I prevented 47 future criminals from destroying innocent lives. There's a difference. Maya stepped forward. They were 7 years old, 8, 6. They hadn't committed crimes. They were children. Children of monsters, destined to become monsters themselves. I've seen it for 30 years. Criminal children become criminal adults. The cycle never breaks unless someone breaks it. You're insane, Damien said. I'm practical, and I'm not alone. 57 judges agree with me, 83 FBI agents, hundreds of prosecutors, police, medical professionals. We're not insane. We're the only sane ones left. You're murderers. We're patriots, protecting America from itself. Crane stood. And you're criminals who broke into my home with weapons, which gives me every legal right to defend myself. He pressed a button under his desk. Alarms shrieked, lights blazed. Dozens of armed guards poured in from hidden doors. Did you really think I wouldn't prepare for this? Crane smiled. I've been 3 steps ahead since you stole Sarah Lawson's evidence. I let you come here. Wanted you all in one place. Easier to eliminate. Voss's weapon was up. Stand down, FBI authority. Doesn't apply here. These men work for me, and they have federal authorization to use lethal force against fugitives. Crane looked at Damien. You're a wanted criminal. They're protecting a federal judge from a home invasion. It's justified, legal, perfect. The guards advanced, 20 of them, all armed, all trained. Maya's hand found Damien's. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. You didn't drag me. I volunteered. He squeezed her hand. No regrets. Lots of regrets, but none about meeting you. Touching, Crane said, but pointless. You're outgunned, outmanned, and out of options. Surrender now and I'll make it quick. Resist and... The windows exploded. Soldiers rappelled through, dozens of them, wearing FBI tactical gear, moving with precision. Nobody move, FBI, drop your weapons. Crane's guards hesitated, confused. These were FBI too. A man stepped through the shattered window. 60s, gray hair, hard face, 3 stars on his uniform. General William Voss, Ellen's father, and the man who's about to put you in prison for the rest of your miserable life. Crane's face went white. You don't have authority here. I have a federal warrant signed by the Attorney General, based on evidence provided by my daughter. Evidence of conspiracy to commit murder. Abuse of federal authority and crimes against humanity. General Voss smiled, coldly. You're done, Crane. Crane lunged for his desk, grabbed a gun hidden in a drawer, aimed at Leo Waite. Leo wasn't there. Leo was safe at the base. Crane aimed at Maya instead. She dies first, then Costa, then anyone who helped them. Damien moved, faster than thought, tackled Maya. They went down, the shot missed. Barely. General Voss's men returned fire. Crane dropped, wounded, screaming. His guards surrendered. Weapons clattering. It was over. Ellen Voss helped Maya up. You okay? Yes, Maya. Define okay. Alive, breathing, not bleeding. Then yeah, I'm okay. They zip-tied Crane, read him his rights. He spit at them. This changes nothing. The network survives without me. You can't stop what we built. Watch us, Ellen said. We have your files, your contacts, your entire organization. By noon tomorrow, every person involved will be in custody. You think you've won? You haven't. We're everywhere, in every institution, every level of government. You can arrest me, can't arrest all of us. No, but we can expose you, can show the world what you've done. Let the American people decide if murdering children is justice. Ellen pulled out her phone, started recording. Tell me, Judge Crane, how many children did you personally order killed? I don't have to answer that. No, but you just did. Your silence speaks volumes. They dragged him out. Maya watched him go. This man who'd destroyed so many families, who'd murdered Emma's memory by suggesting children like her deserve to die. It's really over. Ellen nodded. Really over. We'll spend months building cases, years in prosecution, but the network is broken. The children are safe. Damien's phone rang. He answered, his face transformed. Leo's awake, asking for us. Rodriguez says he's fully recovered. Relief crashed through Maya like a wave. Let's go. Let's go home. They helicoptered back to the base, ran to the medical wing, burst into Leo's room. He was sitting up, eating Jell-O, looking annoyed. You said you'd be back quickly. This is quickly, Damien said. It's been 8 hours. We were busy saving the world. Did you win? We won. Leo smiled, huge, bright, the first real smile Maya had seen from him. Good, because I was getting worried. Maya pulled him into a hug, held him tight. This child, this impossible, brave, beautiful child who'd survived everything the world threw at him. You're safe now, really safe, forever safe. Promise. I promise, and this time I'll keep it. Damien joined the hug. They stayed like that for a long moment. 3 broken people who'd found each other and somehow formed something whole. So what happens now, Leo asked. Do we get to go home? Eventually. First, we have to testify. Help prosecute Crane and his network. That'll take time. How long? Months, maybe a year. Where will we live? Damien and Maya exchanged looks. They hadn't discussed this, hadn't planned beyond survival. I guess we'll figure that out together, Damien said. Like a family, yeah, like a family. Even Maya, especially Maya if she wants. They both looked at her, waiting, hoping. Maya thought about her apartment, her janitor job, her empty life. Thought about Emma, about promises kept and broken, about second chances. Yeah, she whispered. I want. 3 months later, Maya stood in a courtroom, testified against Judge Crane, against Morrison, against every person who'd participated in the network. The evidence was overwhelming. Convictions came fast, life sentences, no parole. The media called it the biggest federal corruption scandal in history. 47 families got justice. Hundreds more got closure. Maya got something else, something she'd thought she'd lost forever. Purpose. She went back to nursing. Pediatric trauma, the thing she was born to do. Hospitals competed to hire her. She chose St. Catherine's. The place where it all started. Damien dismantled his criminal organization, legally paid restitution to victims, entered witness protection for families he'd harmed. Then he did something nobody expected. He opened a children's center, free medical care, free counseling, free everything, named it after Emma Lawson. Leo cut the ribbon at the opening. 7 years old, healthy, happy, alive. My dad says this place will help kids like me. Kids who got hurt because of things they didn't do. Kids who need protecting. Leo looked at the crowd. He says everyone deserves a second chance, even him. The crowd applauded, cameras flashed. Damien stood in the back, uncomfortable with attention, but proud, so incredibly proud. Maya found him after the ceremony. You did good. We did good. You built this. You made it happen. You inspired it. Everything I did because of you. Because you showed me that protecting one child meant everything. He took her hand. You showed me how to be better. You were always better. You just needed someone to believe it. They stood together, watching Leo play with other children, watching lives being saved, watching redemption happen in real time. That photo, Damien said suddenly, the one you sent by accident, I kept it. Maya's face heated. Why? Because it was the first real thing anyone had shown me in 15 years. No masks, no pretending, just raw, honest grief. It was beautiful. It was a mess. It was human, and it saved my son's life. If you hadn't sent it, I wouldn't have blackmailed you. You wouldn't have protected Leo. We'd both be dead. He smiled. Best wrong number ever. Maya laughed, actually laughed. That's a terrible way to start a relationship. We don't have a relationship. We have a partnership. Is that what we're calling it? I don't know what we're calling it, but I know I don't want it to end. Maya looked at him. Really looked. Saw the man behind the criminal. The father behind the monster. The human behind the myth. Neither do I. Leo ran up. Can we go home? I'm tired. Yeah, baby, let's go home. They walked to the car together, Damien, Maya, Leo, 3 people who'd been broken separately and somehow fit together perfectly. Maya, Leo asked as they drove. Yeah, I'm glad you sent that photo, even if it was an accident. Me too, sweetheart. Me too. She looked at Damien. He looked back, smiled. Not the cold smile of a criminal, the warm smile of a man who'd found something worth fighting for. They drove into the sunset, literally, because life sometimes gave you exactly what you needed, exactly when you needed it. And Maya Lawson, who'd lost everything and found it again in the most impossible way, finally understood what Sarah had been trying to tell her all along. Sometimes the worst mistakes lead to the best outcomes. Sometimes wrong numbers dial exactly the right people. Sometimes broken things fit together better than things that were never broken at all. She'd sent a photo to the wrong number and accidentally saved a life, found a family, and discovered that heroes don't always come from expected places. Sometimes they come from janitors' closets and desperate midnight messages and the absolute refusal to let one more child die on your watch. Leo fell asleep in the back seat. Damien's hand found Maya's. She squeezed back. They drove toward home, toward future, toward everything that mattered. And for the first time in 3 years, Maya Lawson believed that tomorrow might actually be worth waking up for.